Two people are dead in Anderson County after two trees fell on two different homes. Again, the same county. The most recent happened on Williams Road near US 229. The victim's identity has not yet been released. Our Taylor Farmer has been at the scene of the first death this morning and has more on that. And we're going to go right now to hear more about that death.
Anderson County has seen heavy rain and strong winds. The Anderson County Coroner's Office has confirmed to us that one person has died in their home after a tree fell on it on West Whitner Street.
We're told crews were called to the scene around 7 a.m. Officials tell us two people were inside the home when the large tree hit. Crews said they were able to rescue one man out of the home, but a woman who was in the home has died. Anderson Fire Chief Charlie King says that they received at least 11 calls before 9 a.m. on Friday morning for reports of trees falling on homes with people inside.
Crews worked for just out an hour to cut through the tree, cut through the debris to make their way inside and discovered that an adult female had succumbed to her injuries inside. Crews continue to work the scene to make safe for the neighborhood. There are additional trees that have fallen here, so just a lot of work going on in this small community.
In Anderson County, Taylor Farmer, 7 News.
All right, and we do want to let you know that those two deaths in South Carolina now bring the death toll to 7 so far that we are learning about from hurricane and eventually Tropical Storm Helene. 2 in Florida. One person was hit by a falling tree in the Tampa area. Another killed when a tree fell on their home in Dixie County. 2 in Georgia during an apparent tornado there. We're still getting verification on that, but the weather system or weather service will be down on the ground checking that area in Wheeler County. 2 again we told you about in South Carolina, both in Anderson County, and now we do have confirmation 1 in North Carolina. Governor Roy Cooper confirmed a storm-related death resulting from a car accident on a flooded road in Catawba County, North Carolina. And the story is not over, folks, as we look at this footage from earlier this morning of crews trying to repair a downed power line. That's a pole, a utility pole that right behind that 35-mile-per-hour speed limit sign that completely went over the road in on East Main Street in Spartanburg. Earlier this morning, that pole was still in its same position, but that crew had to leave and go try to address other power issues. So it really has been quite a situation, and continues to be as we deal with more than 1 million customers who are without power and also some major threats of flooding. Very serious this morning. We have had team coverage all morning long, and we're going to head out now live to our Julia Keener in Spartanburg County. Julia, what are you seeing?
Yes, we've moved just a few streets down, now on Powell Mill and Textile Road. Just about 30 minutes ago, Powell Mill Road was undrivable, but they have cleared the massive tree that fell across. You can see the cones where the workers were. If you follow me down this way, you can see Textile Road is still all the way blocked off. We're told by workers who are removing the trees that there is no power all the way through Textile Road, but that is their next project. They will try to clear that. Still debris across the road. We've seen a few people walking, a few people driving. Thankfully, the rain has cleared up here in Spartanburg County for now, but still high winds, a lot of debris. I'm sure they're still urging people to stay off the roads and inside until they get more of this cleaned up. For now, in Spartanburg County, Julia Keener, 7 News.
Julia, thank you. Just everywhere you go, you see so much destruction. We've had viewers and also our crews out in the field sending in a video like this where you can see the trees have completely crossed the roads, power lines down. Very dangerous to drive near with those power lines down. And let me just reiterate as we take a look at some of this video that's been sent in that we have about 300 roads closed in North Carolina. There have been, unfortunately, 2 deaths in Anderson County this morning. There are 1 million people without power right now, or customers without power. The Lake Lure Dam in North Carolina is facing imminent failure, according to emergency officials in that area, and they ordered an evacuation. And as we look at the destruction, you can see why the ground so saturated that these big tall trees are just falling over, and those trees have so much vegetation, so many leaves on them at this point still, so that's why they were kind of catching those wind gusts from earlier. Really is something. And again, we've had team coverage this morning, so we're going to head out now to our Simone Jameson, who has been live as well. I believe we're going to be bringing her in as well. You'll have to let me know in the control room. Before we do that, the effects of Helene still seen all across Greenville County, and so let's do that. Let's go ahead and check in with Simone Jameson, who I believe is live right now. Simone, can you hear me?
I'm on South Main Street in Greenville, just across the street from Falls Park. It's one of many areas throughout Greenville County that have been pounded by heavy rain and winds in the wake of Helene. You can take a look behind me at the Reedy River and see just how violently that water is moving and how much the water levels have risen in just a few short hours. The storm has taken trees down and scattered debris everywhere. You have other areas like South Hudson Street at the Wellborn Street and Mayberry Street intersections just outside Unity Park, where floodwater is more than a foot deep, completely washing out those roads and keeping them closed to the public until further notice. We do want to mention that the Red Cross has opened an emergency shelter at Crosswell First Baptist Church on South Fish Trap Road in Greenville, headed towards Pickens County. If you are in need of assistance, that shelter will be open for as long as the need persists. If you do need to go there, they are asking you to bring essential items with you, including food, clothes, pillows, blankets, phone chargers, and any medications you may need. In Greenville County, Simone Jameson, 7 News.
Simone, they're in Greenville, and we're going to be showing you some more viewer photos and video that's been sent in. This was a tree that fell on a house in Greenville County. Moving over now to Easley, the Crestview Road area between Brushy Creek and Crestview Road. Showing you now, unfortunately, a photo of some more downed trees in the road. These tall pines that are heavy on the top too, they're so inclined to fall. We've got a road here, Crestview Road in Easley, where there's a tree across the road as well. And as we look at some of this stuff, you just have to keep in mind that this is South Carolina. In North Carolina, they're also dealing with serious issues of potential flooding. Not potential, I mean, it's extremely likely. This French Broad River, the peak flooding around 8 p.m. tonight. So the story is certainly not over. And that's the flooding issue. Nearly 1 million outages across the upstate right now, and in western North Carolina as well. So people are wondering, when is the power going to be coming back on? Those crews having to navigate around these downed trees, making it very difficult to get to the scene, let alone the danger when you're talking about the outage issue of those downed power lines that they're having to deal with. And just getting the word out, if you are seeing this broadcast, if you're watching us on our 7 News app, please do get the word out to ask people not to drive, not to leave their homes. We are seeing a lot of people hitting the road kind of wanting to check out the damage, which is an understandable thing, but with the emergency crews having so many places to go to help fix, not to mention the people that might be hurt in their homes by falling trees, we really want to give them the ability to take over the roads and not have to worry about the passersby just looking at what's going on. You are watching 7 News. Keep it with us. We are going to be continuing to bring you the latest here on the air and on WSPA.com.
All right, now it's 12:28. Let's take a look. And one of the things that we were talking about, Diane just mentioned the power outages, and this is a fantastic map. It's very colorful, but it's a very detailed map. Meteorologist Dan Bickford put this together for us and gives you an idea of the extent of what we're dealing with. Each color is an indication of the percentage of houses or customers that are without power. Anytime you're seeing the colors that are purple or red, that's 60 to 70 up to 100% outage in those areas. And look at the extent to which the upstate of South Carolina and most of western North Carolina is covered with colors of purple or red. Those are all areas that are looking at about a 60% coverage of houses, homes, and customers without power. And that's a major issue as we go through the afternoon and the next few days. The power will be slow to come back on. One of the things that will help, though, is the fact that the weather is improving. One of the other things, though, that we're dealing with, the flood concerns. And again, river flooding across the upstate and western North Carolina. We are all in a flood warning across the upstate and western North Carolina. Those those rivers, those streams, those waterways are filled to the brink because of the massive amount of rain that we have been seeing over the last 3 days, topped off by what we picked up early this morning. So again, use patience, be very careful, be very cautious. If you travel into areas that are prone to flood, make sure you're not driving through those flooded roadways. If you live in areas that are prone to flood as well, make sure you're getting out of those spots so you have a secure location to get to, because this is going to be an ongoing thing that over the next couple of days, we are concerned about runoff. We're concerned about flooding concerns in many spots in the upstate and Western North Carolina. And for goodness sake, make sure you talk to family and friends about this as well, because a lot of times we don't get this type of weather. This is an unprecedented event that we're seeing, the fact that we're seeing so much rain, so little as far as the power outages that are out there, that you want to make sure that you're using caution, whatever your plans are, whatever you have to do over the next couple of days. We're still dealing with some breezy conditions. Our winds are out of the south right now at about 10 to 25 miles an hour, and that's a steady and, again, persistent wind. Not massive winds, not anything that we don't see on a typical fall afternoon, but because of the wet roadways, because of the wet soil, because of the saturated grounds, unfortunately, this is enough to, again, topple trees and cause some issues. No major wind gusts out there right now, maybe a 43-mile-an-hour wind gust in Anderson. Overall, though, we're seeing a rapidly improving forecast. Downtown Greenville looks great. We're cloudy but drying out over the city, much improved from where we were early this morning. On the other side, look at this. This is Falls Park. This is the Reedy River. It is flooding the banks. And again, this is one of those spots where we get runoff. This is one of those spots that gets fed into. And the Reedy River will look a lot like this as it's roaring over the next couple of days as that runoff continues. Downtown Anderson, starting to see a little bit of daylight, a little sunshine breaking through the thick clouds. And our day planner shows, well, we're looking at clouds hanging on, but we dry out as we go through the rest of the day, and our temperatures are a nice mixture of mid-70s heading into the afternoon and evening in the upstate. And for Western North Carolina, similar story, 60s and 70s for the afternoon as dry weather returns.